it feels so
Yep.
good to be. It feels so good to be back, even though it's been like 2 weeks. All right.
Dokuli
16.
freaking Dokuli. Now it says
16
disconnected.
drivers.
Better talk to me. Better talk about me today, RJ.
Stop using my government name, man.
He's going crazy on your ass. It has Lil plays as Scoobaroo Steve. It has Schoolie as his Declan Madsen.
Oh, he is not him.
It's not him. Dude, wait, I have to I'm changing my settings to
All right, got some movement down at McLaren. It looks like Red Bull as well. We got new drivers into new teams this year, or this season. Rassam moves to Red Bull.
I'll
Cabbage
let you.
with Ferrari.
So we just reverse roles today. You can focus on the front, and I'll focus on the stuff in the back, and I'll let you know. So we just swap roles today.
Freeze Calhoun in the Aston. Zaidu in the Aston as well. Bolt goes from Div 1 to Div 2 with McLaren. And I think I've covered. Oh, no, Guliaz is here today.
So Guil is racing for
Ferrari.
for the team now. So he's actually team principal driver. So what we saw last season between me and Noel is now Guli has taken a step in to our shoes. He isn't. So he's the only driving TP at the moment, which is kind of shocking. But let's just. Here's the new thing: is Inter's pole. So we have a couple of guys that get Inter's pole. You know, everybody knows about Inter's pole. You get a point. At the 12-minute cutoff, I will write down who has the quickest lap, and we'll get them an extra point at the end of the race. I have tire wears on the left side of my screen. This is great, but only for certain drivers. We need missing a few people's usernames, so I'm actually gonna take a picture.
Alrighty. Yogg starts his first flying lap of the season.
And
Nice.
Yog actually just comes in recently. Didn't get signed to a team, obviously, because it's a little bit late in the season to get signed, or in the off season to get signed. But he's got some decent times out there.
Oh yeah.
So maybe definitely just a contender down the line. They
Much
have him actually
yellow
as
flag,
Kai
actually.
right now.
Is that one of the? I think that's Rassam that has maybe gone for a spin. It looks like he has. It's on the hard tire. Could be taking
He is
this
on
as
the hard
some
tire.
practice.
So a little bit confusing on why he's on the hard tire. No damage though. So maybe just a mistake going out on those tires.
Most likely.
But
Yogg's
yeah,
middle sector. Not sure where it was. I think it's gonna be somewhere in the
the 44.
44.
So 44 right now.
They're pretty well.
If we
see the amount of
check
confidence, half lift.
checking on with little plays on the enters, it's a 46.397. So 2-second difference between these softs to inters. That's what you gotta expect. But it looks dry all day, so we will go
Yogg
green racing.
crosses the line, sets the benchmark of a 117.4. What about his teammate Thomas, who is on the intermediate tires? So we'll get our first little beginning of to see who's going to be quick on the inters. He's going to set a 122.1.
Little plays is right behind him. He's also on inters, followed by Bolt, who's on softs.
Bolt on softs, and Bolt says a 117.6. That is a Red Bull, I believe, next of Rennie for 135.3. The Kick Sauber of Jody comes into the box. Rassam as well. I believe he's just going to be on regular laps. Possibly joined in pretty late to the session. or didn't have enough time to practice. But wave band on intermediate tires as well. As welcome back to the grid, M&H, who is back finally on the intermediate tires. Signed with Alpine in the off season. Has a lot to prove this season coming in as the
And I mean,
reigning
he's
champs.
he's replacing me, so I got a lot of expectation on him. You know, coming out back to back, did it for Alpine, brought them from the bottom up. I'm hoping for a lot. You know, 2 seasons ago we saw him. It was a lot of penalties. Not the greatest. He's quick, but the penalties is what screws him over. So we will have to watch that today to see how much he's improved in what 3 to 4 months time. It's been maybe a little bit longer.
He's he has been racing in a couple other leagues, I can tell you that right now, but he has been putting in the effort this offseason, that's for sure, and definitely got a lot to prove.
And his sector 2's a 46.399, so he's pushing for that quickest Inter's pole lap, as there's actually only 50 seconds left to go. He's coming around in the third and final sector. I think we're going to see Chungus there first. He actually invalidated, so he will not be on go for Inter's pole. M&H has a decency of battery left, gets the DRS here. It just collides with the wall. It's going to ruin his time just a bit. Is he going to get it? He just barely loses.
121.4. Little Plays has it as of right now.
And I think that'll be it. I think Lil Plays will get your Inter's pole point.
Yes, and Cabbage with a 116.8, who now sets the benchmark about 6/10 up. As we catch on board with ZLM. Last season had a outstanding race in. He's actually had a little bit of a mistake there. Had a great race in the Netherlands. I believe he got a P2 out of that race for Racing Bulls. Him and Siggy
it was a Racing Bulls 1-2 actually, if you count Cohen, because Cohen was a reserve driver for Racing Bulls, and he came out of nowhere, won the race, and ZLM got around ABJ for P2, and I mean, it just stellar race from them, both first-time podiums in that race for the V-Carb Academy, and Cohen actually comes to Alpine off of that note too. Comes
118.3.
Joins.
It's a good one right there.
And ZLM's up to P4. So a couple of guys to notice. Cabbage, very new into the league. He is out of another league with Derek. Derek actually not able to show up, but Cabbage is an eye to watch. He's very quick. Yog is very quick, but he's not on a team signed yet. Bolt got demoted from Div 1 down to Div 2. Lil Plays is coming full-time. M&H is coming back. And then a couple other guys like Rasam. He's been fighting for the title two seasons in a row and fell short both times.
I believe he's fought for the title, in Season 2 and Season 3. And he came in the middle of Season 2. But he definitely has a lot to prove. Definitely a very quality, fast driver in Div 2.
And last season in Season 4, he had a slow start of the season, but then second half won Monaco.
Came alive,
And then nearly won Great Britain, too. I mean, he's got potential to win it this season, and he's definitely a guy to look out for.
Jody starting his lap for the Kick Sauber squad.
And ZLM's actually going on another lap here.
ZLM on another lap, okay. I believe Thomas is starting a lap. Yes, he is on a lap. And I believe that's one of the McLarens of actually Bolt, who we think will be sort of at the top of the Div 2, I feel like, because he does have experience in Div 1. Took
Here's
a little bit
the
of a
thing.
setback.
Stories go a long way, and a big story is Jody versus Bolt. So
oh yes,
a lot of drama last
Jody
off season.
And not him, Jody and Bolt definitely have. I can definitely tell you, I cannot leak any DMs, but Jody was not a happy man with Bolt. Every time they raced together, he was pissed.
And I mean, it kind of makes sense because the amount of wheel banging that they were doing and just off track and all that jolly good stuff. But
you can never forget the Las Vegas incident. That is one that he'll never forget. And also Spain, when he ran into the back of him and he rode right in the racing line. So those two have a little bit of a beef. But he beats too, though, with a 117 flat.
And 2/10, 1.5 off of Cabbage. So Cabbage on one lap doesn't go for Inter's pole. Is immediately.
What about Thomas? He's up by 2/10 now. expecting a lot, and he sets a 117.1,
He's
just a tenth off.
only 10th off, so this
Yeah.
grid's pretty close. And then
Bolt into the
Bolt is
box.
into the pit.
ZLM into the box. This is the Mercedes of little plays now, who was on the
Stiggy went off
tires.
track. So Stiggy finishing his lap goes off into the grass.
Where is this going to put little plays? He goes P1, 116.8. What about the Ferrari of Guliaz coming back?
And he goes
and
quicker!
He goes quicker, 116.7. What about Rassam? Or that is not Rassam, that is Rennie. Was fourth. That's one of the Astons. I believe that might be Calhoun.
Chungus.
Chungus,
He is starting his lap.
Alrighty.
And is Joshy's finishing a lap.
Been very quick, and he goes faster
top.
with a 116.6. What about the Alpine of M&H?
Starting
an out lap, actually. He's going to begin his lap, and then we have the other Ferrari of Cabbage
is starting an out lap.
On an out lap as well.
Rassam starting another lap, being validated.
Got it.
Pick Sauber of Shoddy will come into the pits.
Shoddy will be back in the box, so we'll catch a little bit of an onboard with M&H here.
Yeah, so nobody else on a lap. M&H is, I think, one of two. I think him and Knight's on an out lap, but
goes 26.7
there's only them two on
in the first sector, 1.4 seconds up. So if we compare that to Waveman's time, I'm not sure where that stacks much.
Joshy said he 26.6 in the first sector.
So he's very much on a par. 44.5 in the middle sector. Definitely one of the hottest. Definitely one of the hottest free agents in Div 2.
And he bottoms out on the curb, losing a little bit of time there. And he's
flat out
all
the way through. Oh no, with a big invalidation, flat out going very aggressive. That is going to cost him. He's going to come into the pits and get a new set of tires on that car.
And Chungus actually goes straight to the top. So Chungus, there's a lot of talk around his name right now. A lot of people saying he's going to do great. Speaking of doing great, Rassam is on a great lap right now. He's going to challenge the top. He's going to fall a little bit short. It's up to P9.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people into the pits right now. Ferraris have to double stack.
On an out lap, which is kind of rare from Knight. He doesn't really come out till about the 2-minute warning. He only sets one lap and then calls it a day.
So maybe going for, using every single tire, because it is the first race of the season. Very good cut in the first corner, I can't lie.
Very good cut, actually.
Somehow keeping it valid.
In cockpit cam too, by the way. Do not know how many people play in cockpit cam.
You gotta give respect to these guys who race in cockpit cam and have the speed like this. Guys like Rassam, Knight. I don't know if Rassam drives in cockpit. He might. But Jody, Rassam, I think...
As someone who has raced with those two in a former league, we've had a cockpit cam season, and they were very quick. So
and the Chungus to D1 allegations have already started, so everybody in Div 2...
D1 allegations already.
Already unhappy with how quick Chungus has gone, but it's only a 10th quicker than Joshy.
Yeah, it's only
and then another 10th to Gwil.
And then left to go. Here comes Stiggy, who actually is yet to sit a lap. It was very wide. Not the greatest apex and not a great exit. Looks like he had that Daniel Ricciardo type one.
And watching on the backhand of Knight, Knight's actually just burnt a lap of fuel, I think. Based off of what I was looking at. He's not setting a proper quick lap here. He did just set a banker lap. I think this is what this was.
7, most likely using that as his practice.
And I mean,
both the racing bulls, I believe, are on laps. ZLM so far... M&H actually is
they are. They're both
bottom, but ZLM actually slowest out of the soft runners at the moment.
He's only up a 10th right now, ZLM. So he's on set for an 18.2, which isn't, like I said, it's not the quickest, but he's beating M&H with a 21.4. He hasn't been able to set a proper lap because of the invalidation.
Very much.
But you also have to wait till this last minute where everybody starts to line up and go.
Whereas
Stiggy
coming across the line now. DRS.
Great battery usage.
To the floor. It's going to be a 1:18. One goes 13th. So both the Racing Bulls not having the greatest of runs right now. He's actually going to get a slipstream.
And I thought he was going to take the wall out.
Actually, he's going to give some slipstream for his fellow, sort of a partnership. Think about it.
Partner, yeah. Zaidu's on a lap. He has not set one yet, but a lot of people coming out now. Jody,
Little
Low
plays is
plays and
coming out.
Chungus came
Yep.
out. Zaidu sets his personal purple sector 1. He's on 35% battery already, so he's burned a lot of it in
He
just
very
the
much
first
has.
sector alone. Sets the hot lap, which I think you want to burn your battery down this straight more than anywhere else.
This is the prime opportunity to really burn the battery, specifically right through. You want to burn a little bit, and you want to really get a good sort of a cut through this. Yaw with a 116.5. Didn't see that one coming.
And yeah, snags it by about
Flat out with the
0.03.
confidence from Zaidu. Down in a second gear. How does he approach this final corner? Great exit. Where is this going to put Goat Zaidu? Obviously signed with Aston Martin during the off-season. Goes P3.
And he's P3.
Not a bad lap. What about Rennie, who is coming across the line to finish their lap?
He's up a 1/10.5.
He is up. Go P8. Oh, he lost 2/10 in the last corner. That is Little Place, who was starting an out lap. And we have the other Aston of Chungus, who is going to start his lap. And then
Zaidu's not going to be able to set another lap.
Yeah.
I'm watching Jody right now. Jody's really aggressive. He just just absolutely flung his car in the quick left-hander to start sector 2, and he's actually just throwing the car around. For being in cockpit cam and being this aggressive, he's going to find a lot of time.
He is throwing
I really
it in
like
there.
This approach. And
look at the man who's in front of him. Bolt is in front of him. This is...
If there was any time, there was a little bit of potential for an argument to happen. It would be right now, but he's coming around the final corner. I don't know how much he's up or how much he's down.
He's actually going to get a pretty good... He's going to get a slipstream, actually, from Bolt. So this might have helped him out quite a bit.
And this is actually a stellar lap. It's going to be a
great lap.
16.5. It's
P2. What a lap.
By 5 thousandths, he's missed out. But that was an amazing lap.
What about Little Plays, I believe, who is... Actually, it might be both the Ferraris on outlaps. Yes, it's both Ferraris on the outlaps. So now we're going to get to that crunch time. M&H, who has yet to actually set a soft tire lap, is on an outlap.
Little Plays was on a lap, and Mini Rennie actually had to go into the grass where Oscar Piastri did a little bit of tractor work.
And he's going to put Little Plays. He goes P1, 116.4. M&H now starting his outlap, and actually Calcoon's getting the slipstream of Days, I believe, or that's actually not him. That might be Zaidu. Was actually getting in the way as Calcoon goes fourth.
Cabbage is just putting in the wall.
Huh. Thomas starting an outlap. Is actually beginning his lap. Little Plays is retired.
Cabbage is in the wall,
obviously. Yeah, it looks like Cabbage and Little Plays, they have decided to just throw it in the wall. Cabbage, I believe Little Plays has retired.
He retired on track. I think Cabbage actually threw it to the wall on accident. Zaidu locks up in
the first
part.
How are we looking for Bolt? Is Jody on a second lap? No, he's not. Bolt goes to P10 on that lap. What about the Ferrari now of Goulias?
Goulias a lot of potential here. I mean, coming in as a team principal, he's already beaten his driver. His main driver's already got shot down.
Very much.
He's coming in.
That is the Aston of Knight starting an outlap as well. As he's going to go.
And he doesn't improve.
P8, yeah, he doesn't improve.
So it's an 8-9 for Ferrari right now. We're looking real life scenarios. V-carbs are just going.
Up by 2 seconds. Where is this going to possibly put the Alpine driver making his debut for Alpine? Where is this going to put him? It's a great lap so far. And he goes P1, 116.2.
He goes
cleared by 2/10.
Oh! And Rassam's locked up in the last corner. Oh no, he's going on his final lap.
As I have just witnessed, a murder. As Calcoon has decided to throw his ass into the wall. As anybody else on laps? Waveband up by a 1/10. What about Knight? I believe Knight is on a lap. Stiggy on a lap.
I'm looking at Bolt. right now. Oh, he's not even on a lap. So it's just Knight right now. It's Knight, and then a couple of lingering cars like the V-Carb is Stiggy, potentially Joshi, and then Alpine's done. How about the Hasa Thomas and
Rassam with a pretty big slide, not Rassam, Knight with a pretty big slide coming out of the corner.
But he's got a lot of battery, so not too sure what's happened on this lap. Don't know if he's up. Yeah, he's down.
He smacks
he's
the wall.
Down on time, hits the wall. He's not going to improve.
Yeah,
he does improve only by 4/10. It is Stiggy though. He's up 7/10.
He got yelled at quite a lot from his team principal last season. He's going to put him, goes P14. What about Joshi?
He doesn't improve.
Joshi gets pole! What a lap! And look at that.
Thomas invalidates. So we are
Thomas
all done with
invalidates.
qualifying. Holy
What a
moly,
quality
what a
session. Wait,
quality.
man, with the lap of the century. Not by much. I think that's roughly about 12 1,000ths of a second, I believe.
Oh man, like that is crazy close.
That is
Like
really close.
if you're comparing last season Div 2 to this season Div 2, this is a competition. And we are only round 1.
And
Look
look
at the
at the
gap.
top 6. Split by
I mean,
2.
even look.
Yeah,
I mean,
even down
even look at the
below.
top 13, even down to P14 with Stiggy, and then Knight right behind. ZLM, not too sure. He's obviously gonna have some fixes and kinks to fix that. But from 8 tenths from 14th, all the way from 1 to 2, and if you look from 3 all the way down to at least 13th, it's 4 tenths difference. It's
Yeah.
an amazing, amazing quality in Australia.
This grid is very stacked. Now the question is there rain? I do not actually know if there is. We'll get an update here as we should
We're
load in.
dry. It's
We
like
are
a desert.
we are dry. Does that mean rain in Div 1? Because it just likes to rain a lot in Div 1. Alright. Waiting for the call to get sent down, obviously. Formation lap is on. As the call is to ready up at 3:04 local time in the US. As well as this happens, I will be right back.
All right, chat, we're so back. So I'm gonna go down the list on RLT because this is some of the things we need to, or I need to fix personally. So Joshy is Joshy. They have MNH as Mango. Scroobaroo Steve is Knight. Chungus is Chungus. They have Yoga as Kai, Jody as Jody, Luca as Luca, Thomas is Tom, Thomas is Thomas. They have Guli as Declan. They have Cabbage as AP, Bolt as Bolt, Mini Rennie as Rennie. Stiggy doesn't have a name, Knight is Knight, and ZLM is ZLM. So kind of interesting what my RLT is doing, but we'll definitely have to figure that out. Quali is Edenzo. So far, so good. I mean,
Very much as I think we are very much getting ready to start.
in just a minute time here.
Yeah, just 1 minute time. And yeah, no rain's gonna just be some light clouds. Light clouds at the beginning, and then it's gonna be clear, and then looks like it's gonna become overcast at the end of the race. So actually, track temp's gonna cool down a little bit when the overcast comes in. So that's maybe when the prime time is going to happen.
And I mean, overall, Australia as a starter is quite interesting. I can't lie, because strategy. I think everybody will be pretty much the same. The only thing you have to worry about is safety cars and fuel.
Oh yeah, very much. That is
And penalties. I think penalties going to be a big one today, right? Because if you can keep your head clean, you're going to be making a lot of places.
very much. It's,
As I'm looking back, I mean, I'm just looking at the side of my screen with all the data. Just 400ths from P3 to P13. If you improved even a tenth anywhere on your lap, you were making places. It doesn't matter where you are.
very much indeed.
And so for the first time, actually, we're gonna see a few different drivers towards the front. Um, we get to see Joshy at the front. I mean, it's pretty normal. M&H on his comeback is in the front.
Yeah.
We get to see Knight at the front. Um, or no, wait, sorry, not Knight. It's
Both the Ferraris
who's the
actually have Cabbage and Goulias.
the
That'll be
Mercedes?
pretty interesting to watch.
Yeah, and
Goulias in that
they're
one
9 and
off
10.
Goulias in
So
that one
little,
off-season race was like P2 at one point.
yeah, and I mean, Lil Plays is up there too. Freeze Calcoon, Yogg, who doesn't have a seat right now. Jotty's an amazing driver when he's kept it clean
Yeah.
and on track. It doesn't have damage. Zydu's P7. He's actually just given Thomas a little bump. Thomas is an underrated driver. I want to go out there and say it now. He is definitely going to be a problem if he can
Yes.
practice, if he can feel good, and if he's confident,
If
right?
Thomas
Because
just
last
puts the
season,
effort in, he will very much become one of the front runners, one of the more underrated drivers on the grid. That's for sure. Got had some
and coming into
attendance
this,
issues coming in to a couple of races last season, but
I think coming into this season, it's just confidence, right? If you can feel confident, you can go out there and do great. As long as you're not getting in trouble and not hitting anybody, you will be a-okay.
so when it comes to tire strategies, 4 cars have gone hard tires. Rassam on the hards, both Ferraris have gone hards, and Rennie on hards. So both Red Bull and Ferrari go different on different strategies. Now the question is this going to be a one-stop or a two-stop race? I'm thinking this could maybe be
I
a...
I want to say it's a one stop.
I think this will very much be a one-stop.
Um, and if I pull up some data on the side, as Thomas, as I said, confidence, just drove himself into the gravel. um, so not ideal there. What if I?
Yes, very much. So the run down into turn 1, it is a very, very tricky turn 1. We've saw in real life in the 2023 race, that famous race where obviously both the Alpines killed each other of Gasly and Ocon, and Fernando
So
Alonso had a spin.
Australia's a one stop. So it's lap 11 to 13. You pit off these mediums, or 16 to 18 off the hards, and then you go to the end. Or you can go medium lap 8, medium, and then hard lap 19, and then hard to the end.
Alrighty,
So
ZLM lining
a
out
lot of
towards
strategy.
the back of the grid, but we are back for Div 2. New drivers, veterans,
New
and new
season.
teams, new seasons, and we are underway for round 1. Great start actually for Joshy. M&H as well got a pretty decent start as well. He's actually going to be lining up on the inside line. Who's going to lead into turn number 1? Joshy takes the lead as actually the Mercedes. A little bit of a glitch there. One of the Astons have gone off. We have some broken end play, broken front wings back there in the back of the grid. Keeping an eye on the front here.
And Aston of Luca is making some trouble back there. He's doesn't have damage. I don't think Cabbage has damage either. I'm looking in the back. The Knight is missing wing. The McLaren of Bolt's missing a wing. Stiggy might be missing a wing. But it looks like ZLM's okay out of everybody. He's starting in the back anyways. But up at the front is pretty good run.
Yeah, top 3. Very much just following each other through at the moment.
So I'm just taking a look at everybody in the back. McLaren or Red Bull. Yeah, so everybody in the back has damage besides ZLM. So Stiggy, Knight, Bolt, they will all have to go.
Gotcha. As M&H is all over the back of Joshy at the moment. Joshy looks like he's not having the greatest of starts actually from him. Kind of surprised. Maybe those tires aren't warmed up than expected, but M&H, he is burning some battery a little bit. Looks like he's just going to back off and just kind of wait for a better overtaking opportunity. DRS isn't able this lap. You'll probably not get DRS off this corner. You're going to have to wait until the long back stretch. This is one of M&H's best tracks. Australia has been one of his favorites as Knight is into the box for a new front wing. That is not ideal for his start of the season, but
Oh, and Minnie just sent Rassam into the wall, or not in the wall, in a circle. So what happened was Rassam was fighting Thomas, gave up the place to Thomas, then was fighting Ghoulie, and Rennie just absolutely spun his teammate out, was giving him a little push, and he just spun him. I have it all on tape. But
Oh
oh my
man.
God, how to shunt your teammate? This is some old Red Bull shit we're seeing.
Very much indeed. MNH now just following Waveband through. He's got the DRS open, but I just think he's a little too far back at the moment. As you can see, the top 5, I think down to the top 7 is split. They're all within a second of reach. Thomas
Yeah, so
hanging in the back of that train as well, as even Goulias is going to start to catch back up.
So the only person with damage right now is Bolt. Bolt has front wing damage. Everybody else is A-okay. And I think the only person to pit right now is Knight. Knight Katse is on brand new tires as Thomas goes quickest.
Yes, he does, as Waveband still taking the lead, obviously. Here comes MNH now. Does he have an opportunity? He's just going to probably wait to that long back stretch, as that's kind of the theme I'm getting, is it's a very hard track to overtake. One of the biggest opportunities is to overtake mainly towards the back is actually Thomas and Yog. I think swap positions. Thomas made a pass on Yog, as Thomas has actually lost that 1 second range from DRS.
So it might have been tactical for who's quicker, but it wasn't tactical for who's getting DRS. I don't think Yog is going to have it. Stiggy has 3 seconds. I forgot to say he had wing damage. It didn't come up on my telemetry, but once one comes, they all come knocking down. Yog gaining on Thomas.
Plays with a pretty big cut. Actually, he's getting close to MNH there. It looks like a little bit. He's trying to burn a little bit of battery.
He's better battery than the two of them. And once I said you knock one down, the next follow, there's ZLM with the warning, with a penalty.
So both V cars with penalties already from the start. Waveband with a pretty big slide. This is a great opportunity if I'm MNH to get this pass done if I can, depending on what Waveband does here. And looks like he's just gonna sort of sit back there and just kind of wait. He's playing the long game.
And he's playing it smart, and so is Lil Plays. I did a race against Lil Plays yesterday, and Lil Plays has great pace. He stayed with me for a couple of laps before he actually disconnected, but he's got great pace. He plays it smart. Cabbage getting back past Luca. But yeah, Cabbage 100%, or Lil Plays 100% battery. MNH 80%, and Joshy 70. So yeah, Joshy
even Chungus
under
with
pressure.
94% as well.
Chungus. I mean,
yellow flag somewhere. Was that Bolt?
Zaidu bottled.
Oh, Zaidu
bottled.
Oh
Zaidu
no!
bottled.
Safety car. So full safety has been deployed. Zaidu on debut with Aston into the walls. I saw the car a little bit. Looks like he maybe just lost it, as that's kind of shafted Knight if you think about it. Well, not really, but he was already kind of last, but probably did not help him whatsoever. But question is, who's going to pit? Is there anyone that's going to take the gamble and pit? That is the question.
So here's the thing. I think it's in best interest for a guy like Stiggy and Bolt to pit right now.
I think
they
so
have that damage. It's just, I'm just curious because Joshy's struggling with the tires. MNH is pushing him.
Yeah, and it's actually Joshy's in.
MNH beats him.
MNH stays out.
MNH is the only one to stay out.
Yeah,
the Haas have to double stack.
Calcoon pits, Jody pits, Thomas pits, everybody's in. Besides, no, Goulias stays out. Is that
he's on
the Red Bull of Rennie? Rennie stays out. I believe Cabbage stays out. Who's going to lead this pit exit? It should be Waveband pretty clear, unless there's a slow stop. There is 2 wing changes happening down to Racing Bulls at the moment, both with front wing damage.
Yog's losing places. He's got a double stack with
Yog
Thomas.
Lost places with the double stack. That did not help him.
Actually, they both lost places, but they stay together
for Racing Bulls. Actually, that's going to help Knight. As Knight, did he just get a penalty for speeding under safety car? I believe he did.
He did. No, he didn't. But he did get a 3-second of exceeding track limits.
Oh my!
Just prior.
So yeah, actually, Knight will almost bounce both the Racing Bulls from pitting early on. So obviously, both Racing Bulls having to take brand new front wings on their cars. So yeah, MNH, Goulias, Rennie, and Cabbage. Like I said, I want to say one thing. Both Ferraris and Rennie and the Red Bull are on hards. MNH is the only one on the old mediums. Waveband possibly on a fresh set of hards? Yes, he is on the fresh set of hards. As Little Plays goes mediums as well. All sorts of different strategies down this grid.
And as I'm taking a mental note of what's happening, Rennie supposedly put Luca in the wall.
Oh,
So
really?
that will be looked at by the FIA after the race. But a little curious on this strategy with M&H. His tires are still going to be better than, the following guys, as in Guile, Mini, and Cabbage. His tires going to be better for about 4 or 5 more laps. And they're going to extend a little bit longer now, so he can go a little bit later in his strategy. But was this a masterclass or is this a disaster class? Because he's the only one who stayed out on mediums.
Little Plays is gonna have to make another pit stop. I mean, wait, I don't
Same
think
with
Joshy. Yeah, I don't think Joshy's gonna make it to the end. If he has some amazing tire management, he could. But like you said, I mean, the hards, that might be the best tire, depending on later into the stint with Guliaz. That's the question. How is that? Is that really going to be the best tire? We don't know. M&H, obviously, who, like I said, we don't know how he's going to be with his tire management. He could use
we don't know anything.
Yeah, he could use this as a way to kind of push to get to that pit window. We could possibly see that.
Rennie's tire wear on these 5%, 19% roughly. So that's the rough average right now. Whereas M&H, his rough average right now is 27%. So it's a little bit, it's interesting to say the least. But if you're looking all the way down, whereas Rassam, his 1 lap old tires are on 4% already, rough average, because he's had to catch up. A safety car goes in this lap.
Nice. We'll get back underway. Now, obviously, the control car of M&H will lead this grid back to green. How will when will he go? That is the question. Just trying to get some tire temp into that car. Obviously, this is the moment where you don't want to hit the back of someone. You're going to get a 10-second penalty if you do it, which is really not going to ideal. But M&H is not backing up the grid too much. He's actually staying pretty close with the safety car, but he will go.
I think he just wants to go.
Yeah,
I think he wants
to go. He wants to just.
These tires aren't going to last long.
Is he going to do a Verstappen? Is he going to wait to the line? And he goes right now.
And Guliaz has him.
Guliaz has a great opportunity to get him on this straight here.
Caught Rennie off guard.
Yeah, did catch Rennie, and actually he's going to stay ahead. So M&H stays ahead.
Cold tires. Thomas gets a 3-second.
Oh, Thomas with a 3 seconds. That is not ideal. That's not going to help him.
Bolt past
Rassam loses. Rassam and Bolt. Did they have a? They're. I think we're still good. I think you're still going. Wave ban on Little Plays. Here comes Little Plays side by side between these two. As he pushes him off the track a little bit, he's going to lose out to Calhoun.
And
Oh no, Calhoun in the wall. Chungus. That broke his suspension damage.
No damage at all,
damage
actually.
whatsoever. Wow.
And he's going to go off the track. He's going to lose 4 places in that initial contact with the wall.
Crazy.
And here comes Thomas on the back of Jody. He's getting really aggressive.
Guliaz
so this is really starting to amp up.
Guliaz is very close to M&H's. M&H's tires. Is he on that?
Oh, and there's a 3-second.
There's a 3-second. Too many track
Bolt
limit
gets a
warnings.
3-second.
Bolt with 3 seconds. So track limits is kind of actually Guliaz. I think he might have just got a warning there, maybe a strike. Someone's gone off. That's Thomas. I think that's.
It's Yog. It's Yog.
I thought that was Thomas for a minute. That was Yog. Oh no! In his debut, that is not.
He's got wing damage. He's got to go.
Yeah.
And he's just gotten on these hard tires too.
Very much indeed. But Cabbage, wave ban
isn't able.
On the back.
Cabbage is. Wait, Joshy's getting real close. Well, here's the thing: is Cabbage really close on Rennie, so Cabbage has to pressure Rennie to go, and Joshy's pressuring Cabbage to go. But Joshy's 4 laps older tires.
Yeah, with obviously that range with Calhoun. All that way, but
he's really
M&H costly penalty. Now the question is, can he try to break a 3-second gap?
And I'm sitting on the back of Joshy right now. I think we just watch this kid because he's got a lot of pace. I mean, for the caliber that he's at.
Oh, here comes
gets a 3
Thomas.
second.
Maybe stuck his nose out there trying to make a pass on Jody. Thomas
he
burning the
battery.
He is burning though, but he's not going to get there.
And
as
the rest of the
Guliaz
grid's kind of in order.
Guliaz might lose a second here to M&H. M&H has been told it's hammer time. Clearly, he is trying to break that second. He's got a lot of he doesn't got much battery left compared to this
Guliaz
grid.
bottomed out.
Guliaz
bottomed out, so he's gonna lose the time. Yeah, he's gapped to second. Unless he breaks later.
M&H is full push mode now. He's got to try to get a 3-second gap. Obviously, he has to make a pit stop. He pulled away as Waveband making him pass on Cabbage.
Yep, there he goes.
Make that pass. There he goes.
That's the move he needs to do if he wants to fight for the title. And Guliaz has been dropped.
Oh,
Rennie's.
Cabbage!
Oh, he's in the
crashed
wall.
behind.
Cabbage is in the wall. Cabbage is in the
did
wall.
Johnny get wing damage from that? I think he. No, he didn't actually. But side by side with his fellow teammate or fellow friend Thomas, and they're still going side by side. Thomas sticks his nose in there. Side by side between these two, great racing around the outside. What a pass from Thomas. That was bold, and he made that work. Holy.
And Guliaz is back within the second. He has DRS now.
Yeah, great racing between these two, but is that...
Here comes Joshi.
Yeah,
Joshi on Rennie.
On Rennie. Is he going to go around the outside? He's going to do him here. He might. He does it. What a pass. The Sergio Perez corner in the 2023 race.
So many penalties. Johnny got passed by Chungus and then gets a 3-second, but Rennie got a 3-second because of Rennie having to cut the corner to leave him space. Cabbage is now surely going to pit. I mean, but here's the problem is everybody goes hards. Cabbage is the only one
Waveband all over the back of
three drivers to stay out on these hards.
Guliaz does not defend that whatsoever.
Low place pits. He's got damage.
He's got damage, yeah. Behind here as well.
And Joshy's up into P2. What happened? What has happened here?
May have just had a little bit of a moment. Yeah, no, Waveband just got close to Guliaz and he made that pass. Guliaz did not defend that whatsoever, which I kind of didn't expect him really to do. But yeah, Waveband, he's cooking. He's very close on to M&H. M&H is on that crossover point now. This is where you're going to sort of want to make that pit stop. As you can see, he's lost already 2/10 in the first sector, which is kind of expected.
I think he's got 2-3 more laps. You really got to stretch these tires. Oh, and I just watched Rassam put in the wall.
Oh no, the Ferrari. Oh, the safety car's been deployed. So that might have saved M&H just a little bit, but 2 safety cars, Rassam on Red Bull debut into the wall as he has had a horrific show. He made contact with his teammate, which there could be maybe a little bit of a talking to for Rennie.
Little place has a drive-through.
Little place with a drive-through. Oh man, the penalties are stacking up in this race as we have multiple drivers with 3-second penalties.
And Rassam just went fully sideways. I mean, no grip in the tires. Just
Knight with 9 seconds. Bolt with 6 seconds. Little plays with a drive-through, obviously, like you said. But Guliaz, as M&H comes into the box now.
And he's going
Waveband stays out.
He's going to the end.
Did Guliaz just break his wing? Coming into the pit entry.
He might have. We'll have to check.
No, he didn't. He hit the inside wall there, though. I thought he did, but... Yeah, M&H, he might get Stiggy on the exit. Stiggy's got a delta, he's got to follow. Now he can burn that. Is he going to get him? Safety car control line is right there.
M&H gets it.
Get it. And he kind of goes a little bit wide, obviously.
He really pushes for it. Really pushed it.
Really pushed for it. That's always the fun part, is racing at the safety car line. In my opinion, coming out of the pits. But as we look, Rennie up 11 positions. Knight up 10. ZLM up 10 as well. Obviously, like I said, those guys did pit early on. So now the question is, does Joshi go to the end of the tire? Now this safety car does help Joshi out just a little bit. He is the only one in the that top 7 to not have a penalty. Everyone down from 2nd to 8th all have penalties. Guliaz, Calcoon, and Cabbage and Yog are the only drivers without penalties. Little Plays does have a drive-through, which he will have to most likely serve when we go back green flag racing. But
well, here's the thing you have to put and think about and look into, right? Because I'm pulled up the tires. You're looking at a guy like Rennie, 10 laps, 37%. Whereas you look at Joshi, 6 laps, he's on 14%. And then you look all the way back, the first and only one of the few people to pit, MNH, who's just put on these tires 1%. I mean, he is the best seat in the house. He's going to have the best tires towards the end of the race. All he has to do is make positions up over time. Yes, he's got the 3 seconds, but so does everybody else in this top 8. As
Yeah.
Thomas just went off the track.
Yeah. I think
Lost the place to Jody.
Did he lose
And
it? I think he's trying to give that
But he's
place.
just got it. He did get it back. Jody let him go. But yeah, he's got Stiggy behind him in MNH. Stiggy's on the 6-lap old, 7-lap old now. And I think Stiggy will just kind of try and defend his position, so it'll be harder for Guil, Chungus, Bolt, all these quicker guys to get by.
Yeah, very much. But yeah, no, Joshy, who was very, very quick last season in Div 2 when I watched him racing, definitely has possibly the charge to get this title. Obviously, transferred from McLaren in the off season, or actually in mid-season last season. He does race a little bit in Div 1 here and there. His Monaco race actually was probably one of his best races, I think, in Div 1, as he had a massive train of cars holding up from, I was there for that one. So yeah, no, Joshy in the best position right now, because like I said, everybody else got 3 seconds, but how does Rennie play this? I believe those two...
Safety car in
this lap. Correct me if I'm wrong, but does Rennie and Joshy, do they know each other by chance?
No, that was Joshy and Burl. I think it's Rennie and... I don't know. I'm not too sure. So that's the thing about the grid, is everybody knows everybody, but it's hard to tell who originated from who coming into this league, or who joined on their own. So you got guys like Cabbage, Little Plays, Derek, who's not racing. The three of them all came in together through a different league, which I found them in. Whereas some other guys, Knight, Jody, Thomas, you. It all came. You found them. They all came from a separate league, and they now race here now, and everybody knows everybody.
And
as
Joshy,
we are green racing.
We are back underway. Joshy.
And Mini Rennie's under threat by Thomas already. Thomas getting a jump. I mean, we just said he just needs confidence and needs to be an aggro driver, and he's already off.
Yeah. Down the inside goes Knight on Jody. Those two going at it. Is that gonna possibly make the pass? Oh, he cuts him off. Cut him off behind there, like with a pretty big lockup. Oh, there goes MNH going around the outside of. That is Stiggy.
Stiggy almost went for a move,
that
and ZLM held him up.
Very interesting. Around the outside goes Guliaz on Stiggy, and then you have Bolt trying to get around Stiggy as well. Stiggy is dropping like a rock.
It's just the hard tires, hard tires MNH against these new medium guys. You can't really do too much.
Inside on ZLM. Those two, they've raced each other in another league, so they do have experience racing each other. ZLM just
looking
sort of stays. Oh, Rennie and Knight, they make contact. I think maybe Knight just lost it in the middle of the track, but have now brakes. 1.7 down the inside.
No damage.
Goes, yeah, no damage. But MNH sneaks through. Big crash. Oh my God! I think that might have been both the V cars that came together. But Knight is a train of cars. Now Knight has all sorts of. Oh, he hits the back. Oh my God! What has just happened? Oh my God! Knight has just been shafted. He reverses the car back into the box.
Chungus has damage too.
Oh my God! Chungus has damage, but Thomas, he's got the 1 second. He's close to wave ban.
And Chungus just called it a day. Is that gonna pull out full? I think that's pulled out a full.
I think it's VSC I'm hearing in my ear, but man, what has happened? Knight Knight got hit by, I think that might have been Cabbage or Guliaz, but there was all sorts of carnage that kind of all started along. And yeah.
Well, here we look at Joshy and then Thomas. These two, 9 laps old, then Jody, and then MNH. MNH has made up 3 places.
MNH really just cooked on that one.
And he's now going to close on Jody here. As long as we don't get any drive-throughs. But here's another problem. Guliaz and Bolt on these medium tires.
Yeah, Guliaz and Bolt.
Stiggy's got Cabbage. And then ZLM, I think he's gone scot-free. No, he's got damage. Yog is back in this on these new hard tires.
Yeah, but
And Lil Plays is on these new hard
this
tires. He'll definitely
is
get places because he'll go to the end.
yeah. As now this is the moment when everybody can really recharge the battery. Thomas the Wave Man, these two could be racing. So Jody 2.5. Jody has P3. He's been really underrated so far. This
So
race,
many
and we're
drive-throughs!
back
So
underway.
many drive-throughs!
Oh, how many drive-throughs do we got?
Cabbage and Stiggy both getting drive-throughs in the corner. M&H immediately gets past Jody.
Immediately gets the jump. He's gonna move up. Multiple drive-through penalties being awarded.
Yog ahead of Stiggy. Stiggy, I guess, changing the wing and then has to go into the pits again. ZLM is being held up by Stiggy changing his wing.
Knight has retired.
Retires in the pits. Rennie pits. Cabbage just comes out of the pits. So a lot of pitters. Actually, Cabbage didn't pit, sorry. But Cabbage will get those free places. And Lil Plays, who didn't have to pit, it hits the wall a little bit. And Cabbage is going to let him go because he knows he's on better tires.
Yeah, very much.
Main guy to look at.
Waveban and Thomas. Thomas got the DRS, but he's just gonna sort of wait back here though. But
oh, he's going for
Waveban is burning that battery as Thomas could be sneaking one down the inside.
He got another 3 second though.
He got another 3
and it's
seconds.
6 seconds.
It's where you finish on
Down
track
the
that matters
inside.
the most. Down the inside, Thomas takes the lead with a switchback. We have a brand new race leader. Thomas takes the lead as M&H now. Most likely going to be on a full push mode. He's got 3 seconds, obviously. Waveban still keeping it clean. Jody
and
running in a great position right now.
And here's the problem for these two. The more they scruff, the more they fight. The closer M&H gets, and M&H on these 6-lap different tires. I mean, the difference in tire wear, it's given me 12% the difference. And he's going quicker by about 0.3 a lap right now in M&H. So I wouldn't really fight each other, work together. And figure it out from there. But I'm watching Joshy and Thomas occasionally, and the two of them are sliding more than I think you would like.
Joshy has a lot more battery compared to what Thomas has.
But he's struggling a lot more.
Yeah.
That's the problem here, with 13 to go.
13 laps
Cabbage
remaining left.
and Stiggy pit.
Stiggy
and
here goes Joshy around the outside. Gets the pass on Thomas. And easy, just a regular DRS pass there, but Thomas just throws the car in there.
That's what he's doing, and it's working as M&H has dropped Jody.
That setup is working on that Haas.
But wait, do I have some drama for you? Bolt is coming on a charge towards Jody.
Oh boy, these two, they don't like each other. They do not like each other. These two have had multiple arguments in Discord to the point where I think they both had a timeout at one point in time, but Bolt, I think maybe clipped the grass on entry heading into the corner, but he's got DRS now on Jody. So how is Jody going to play this? This is sort of some George Russell, Max Verstappen type beef, if you think about it. Just a little bit, but...
I mean, yeah, but here comes Thomas down the inside.
Thomas down the inside. He does not care to work together with him.
And he gets the move done, and here comes M&H.
He just breaks that second. Yeah, he gets close to that now as Jody, the lone Sauber now this season. Joey having to sort of step back, obviously. I think he's...
Step away to college.
Due to college, so...
And here's M&H. He's got DRS. He's just found 310s.
Yeah, he's got DRS.
I'm checking the info. DRS on for them, yeah. And Thomas is just lost the place.
And 4th and 5th, Bolt's got DRS on Jody.
And now it comes down to Joshy keeping no penalties. Here comes M&H.
Oh, Thomas makes a mistake. He got caught up on the curve as behind Bolt making the pass on Jody is just a fairly easy pass between those two. He gives him a little love tap there, a little bit. Maybe he just kind of outbraked himself just a little bit. But yeah, here we go. This is what we expected, the top two. 1st and 2nd, Joshy and M&H.
Thomas pits.
Thomas is
done off the hard tires. He doesn't like him. So maybe just going to go mediums to the end. So this is the optimal strategy, pitting this far into the race. But Bolt's ahead of Jody now, and he's not gonna give it up. He's not gonna give it up to him so easily.
Bolt's on the podium, but this is for the podium right now. Goulia is 2 seconds behind. We'll get an onboard of this. We'll actually also keep a close eye on M&H. M&H is all all over the back of Joshi. Joshi is sliding like crazy. M&H has so much more pace compared to what Joshi has. So I expect a good pass here from M&H to make, but you can just see the amount of battery Joshi has.
I was going to say, you can't neglect that battery difference.
The battery is what's using it as his defense.
As Bolt has no battery. He's sitting
Bolt
on
has
0%.
Jodi's got the DRS.
Yog is pushing Thomas. He comes out on new hard, so he's doing the two-stop strategy, so it's medium hard, hard. He's ahead of low plays, but Thomas, I think ideally will make 2 free places on Guil and Bolt.
Yeah,
so Gulias and Bolt, they're not going to make it.
Yeah, depending on if anybody else pits, if Joshi, maybe he gets a puncture. We don't know. We don't know what could happen. But
as of right now, if everybody follows what should happen, it should be Joshi, M&H, and Jody on the podium.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like right now, but M&H
battery difference is the same.
All over the back
the DRS,
of Wade Van. He gets the DRS. The Alpine driver gets the pass. What a move from M&H. In a corner
pits.
where, yeah, Jody's in. Is he not going to make
That's
it?
Confusing.
That's confusing. I thought he was going to make it.
That tells a tale, and it's 11% difference between the tires on M&H and Joshi. 11%, now 10% actually. 23 to 33 average is what I'm getting. So the dirty air really messing up M&H's tires. But the battery difference and the DRS.
Both the Haas drivers, 5th and 6th. Double points for them. And same as McLaren, running 2-3. Obviously last season, very dominant. Is this a... Yeah, Wade Ben's going to go right back around him.
And nice and easy, the battery is about the same, but if you look a little further back, Mini Rennie's on Jody. But there's 4 laps difference on the tires. Jody's just pulling away, and he's going to go down the road and chase little plays, who's losing time to Thomas. Thomas came out of the pits, was 9 seconds behind Yog. Is now 6.8.
Yeah,
he's really flying
at the
moment. Really cooking.
But Yog is in the 1 second of Gulias, so...
Next time around, you're going to see some movement.
And obviously the top 2 still going at it. Obviously, like I said, Wade Band, penalty clean so far. Does M&H have 3 seconds still? Is it just 3 seconds, or does he have any more? And it's actually, he's going to do a little switchback around the outside. These two are going to race down to turn number 1 around the outside. Wheel to wheel between these two.
And Bolt pulls the plug on 4-lap-old medium.
But Joshi is not giving up without a fight, because he knows if M&H can break 3 seconds,
it's over.
He'll lose that.
And Joshi's really pushing the tire wear. I keep looking at the tire wear difference. It went from 10 to 11. It's just back and forth. Joshi's really starting to push here.
Still there as well. Thomas
is really closing in, though.
Making that late charge.
But he'll surely have Gulias next lap. I don't think it'll be this lap. Speak of Gulias, that's a 3-second. Funny, Waveman, I've checked. He only has 1 warning right now. I don't know how much that's changed since 1 or 2 laps since I've checked, but...
He's kept it very clean within the track limits, I will say, which... I don't feel like you really see many penalties in Australia, but that corner, entering Sector 2 before you enter that long backstretch, that corner is very tricky. So... that where people possibly are getting the penalties? Obviously, a lot of people are going wide through the fast left-right.
And points to everybody who finishes the race from here on out. Knight will take the fastest lap, even though he's DNF'd, and M&H will recapture the lead as of for the moment. Joshi turns in.
Oh, Joshi turns in.
Joshi turns in and just
give it up.
hits the back of M&H.
Is that gonna give him a second warning because he cut the corner? Unless he just kind of gave up that fight, but I don't know. I mean, it didn't. Joshi turned in though. It didn't really seem like.
M&H left the room. I feel Joshi just turned in too much. I think. I mean, you can only go back and watch it again.
Thomas closes in by 3 seconds. Yog, like I said, on the podium. As of right now, he's got that penalty clean at the moment.
And Thomas is taking a second a lap out of the guys ahead. Every single lap. But here's the thing. Oh, Gulias, another 3 second, is ruining his own race with this.
Gulias is not having the time of life out there.
3 penalties in 1 lap. I mean, the tires are the problem, and we saw Bolt pit off for them onto the old medium tires. But here's the thing. Joshi's tires are going off now. This is the drop-off point for these hard tires where they start to null out.
Yeah, this
16 laps.
Yog gets around Gulias, so now it's Haas 3 and 5. Haas looking like right
And
now in the best position to score really good points in
got
debut.
him on
Obviously,
Gullian.
points go down. Everybody will get points so far that is running because points go down to 12th place.
And Yog immediately passes Guil, gets a second gap, and M&H just got passed by Joshi. So the DRS pulling him back into it. Thomas is 2.3, and he's going to gain so much quicker on Guil because they don't have DRS. Little plays. Bolt pits again.
Bolt pitting again. What is my man cooking?
So
another wing change. Not sure
that
what's
is not a
going
wing
on. He
change.
pits for the
Soft tires. So looking to take fastest lap. Don't know if that's a team principal call from ABJ. Joshi gets a 3 second. It's game on.
Joshi gets 3 seconds. It's game on now between these two. Unless Yog can somehow gain 9 seconds, but I don't think that's really going to be possible. But yeah, Joshi playing with the track limits. Game on in Australia between these two. This is going to be a fascinating finish, as I've been in a similar position before with M&H.
Here comes Thomas, though. He doesn't have DRS, but he's there.
Yeah, Thomas is there. Yellow flag.
ZLM's crashed.
ZLM crashed, yeah, Thomas.
But Thomas gets the move done.
Yeah,
so ZLM in the wall. He has Cabbage 3 second. I think ZLM's just taken his entire front wing off. I can't see. No, he's taken just the right end plate, as Joshi is holding that lead. But here's the thing. Look at M&H, look at his battery, look at Joshi, look at his battery. Yeah, so M&H is starting to play a game
that
here.
Battery at the moment. M&H, he doesn't burn. He's playing smart. He's just saving the battery. He's letting Joshi obviously cook that up.
Cabbage. Mini Rennie pits.
Rennie pits, wow. Red Bull pitting.
So maybe looking to
some interesting strategies to
but here's the thing.
Sort of this late, but
whoever told Bolt to pit and go for fastest lap, smart move. Because look, he hasn't lost any places. He lost one to Rennie, but he had that gap where he could fight and get ahead of Cabbage and the V-Carbs. As here comes M&H, he's starting to push.
Someone to watch out for is Jody. Like I said, he did pit for a new set of. Is he on hards, right?
He's on mediums now, 4 lap old, so he's eight laps better than the 2 in front of him, which he will definitely catch. And Thomas is catching Yog.
Penalty free, yeah. Yog, Thomas just on the much more better tires compared to what Yog has at the moment. So both the Haas boys though, Yog, like I said, he's unsigned, hasn't been signed to a team yet. Could this be an offer? Do Haas have a second Div 2 driver at the moment?
They do, Gavin. Gavin was very busy last season. He's got a girlfriend, but so he's figuring that out. But he said he would be back this season, but no promises. That's all Alex Hansen's decision, the new TP for Haas. But here's the thing: 100% battery to 50% battery. M&H is cooking, but is he cooking a little too hard? Is he burning the food here?
Yeah, Joshi just kind of right there, but if we look back here as well for 5th, 6th, and 7th, we have an interesting squabble between Gullias into the wall. It looks like he just broke an end plate.
Has damage.
Yeah, he has a broken end plate. Gullias,
that's
gonna slide Little Plays up into 5th. Yeah, Jody's got the 3 seconds. Little Plays still penalty free. Yog and Little Plays, the only 2 drivers on the grid that have been penalty free. Thomas makes the pass on Yog.
Actually, Yog just letting him through. I mean, Little Plays gets past Gullias. Jody's going to get past Gullias here, too. Yeah. He's looking for the move. DRS on.
Waveban has 6 seconds.
Waveban has 6?
Waveban has 6 seconds.
This is why M&H is sitting behind.
M&H is sitting behind because M&H can get the race win from just following Waveban through. If he just keeps the penalty free, he's lifting. He doesn't want to get another penalty. And he's just playing it smart.
He's got 100%. He's got 100% battery. He's got nothing more to do.
The question is, though, is he still going to race him? He's going to go on the outside. Does he make the pass?
He gets the move
as he does, with a slight lockup on the front. And he keeps it in the track limits very much. But as we do talk about as well, Thomas has 6 seconds. Yog is in that podium slot at the moment. Gullias pitting for a new fresh set of soft tires. This is going to be close between him and Bolt, I think. Actually, no, Bolt should get ahead of Gullias pretty quickly. But it's going to be close between Rennie
and Rennie, and he's got 2 cars behind him. I think all 3 of them.
He's got his second driver
It's
in
getting
that pack as
close.
well. As we'll,
Rennie, oh, he gets pushed off the track. I think that should be a position given back. The
yeah,
team principal playing
kind
games,
of walk
but
back
Johnny
between
is.
this little squabble. Obviously, this is just for the This is just for points. These drivers are just fighting for points, so they're gonna score. That is for sure. But we got this 4-car tandem, so we're gonna still keep an eye on the front at the moment. M&H. I'm gonna look at the penalties again just to make sure. Still with a
ZLM.
3-second, as I'm gonna just keep an eye on this. But Bolt with
ZLM
9.
snags that fastest lap.
ZLM
Here comes Johnny, though.
snags
Johnny's
it.
gotten really close to Lil Plays. Yogg is starting to fall further and further back. Lil
Yeah,
Plays on these hard
Thomas-
tires is going to inch forward, and Johnny will have potential to snag a place on Yogg if Yogg really starts to fall off. As Goulias
Yeah.
gets another 3-second warning. Yogg's 18-lap-old tires compared to Lil Plays 15. Johnny's 7-lap-old mediums.
Goulias and oh, Rennie
Goulias,
gets
Rennie.
caught. Oh,
So
like,
Rennie
yeah.
might have gotten the karma he deserved from earlier in this race, from what I've heard
Yeah.
in Discord, as he just sends his car into the wall. If he intentionally DNFs here, that will definitely be a problem. But he did send his own car into the wall to get damage. So if he does complain about
I think
getting
the safety
damage,
car the safety car window is most likely closed at this point. We will not have a safety car, but around the outside goes MNH, and he makes the pass.
he's
Still with a
squeezing
3-second.
Joshy.
Yeah, still with this 3-second at the moment.
This is a brilliant day for Haas. I mean, Alex Henson comes in. He's already got Haas. You know, he's got Thomas on his radar. He knows about Thomas because that's the driver he got assigned. He was signed already to Haas. And Yogg comes out of nowhere. He's like, "Hey, can I race today?" I'm like, "Sure. I mean, what more could hurt?" And he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna race for Haas." Mate, Alex is. He's got to be in a very happy position.
Got to be
Does
happy
Yogg
for his two
give
drivers.
it to the main driver here? He might ultimately lose the podium, and you might see Thomas' first-time podium in RRL, which very ecstatic. Same with M&H. He hasn't been on the podium in ages. Probably.
Great
well, I mean,
effort
it's months.
Great effort for Haas. Obviously, their Div 1 lineup. I believe it's still Numba and Iceman. I believe, unless Numba's contract expired.
It is. No, they are. The Haas team was the team who had the most consistent long season contracts. They had 3 seasons and a 2 season. And that's now chopped down to 3 2 seasons and 1 season.
And yeah, if you think about it, I believe as well, before the season even started last season, there was some drama down at Haas between, what was it, Bolt with Haas signing with Williams last minute?
Yeah, I mean, it was very last minute. They were literally about to start the season, switches to Williams, and then
Broke the contract like immediately, and
it just instantly switches, and then they picked up Iceman, who ultimately, I can't lie, he had a little bit of a better season. Obviously, Bolt leaving earlier because of it's just complicated issues that we weren't allowed to put out there. But Bolt, Yogg's spins, puncture. Does he have a puncture?
Is that
he's good.
Oh no, he's good.
No, he's good.
Caught the car. Little plays though. He's gonna lose out. So
Jody getting a free place.
That was very close. But Jody now in the top 5. But Little Plays, he's having a day. He's in the 6 seconds, so he might get this podium.
I would take a peek at Goulias and Bolt, even though it's 9-second pens to 12-second pens, and they're gonna lose out to Stiggy and Cabbage. They're 23 seconds back. Here comes Goulias down the inside.
Here comes as M&H has broken the 1 second too funny wave ban at the moment, as we're gonna keep an eye on.
Thomas
this
is on pole. Jody has another 3-second. Jody's podium chances.
6 seconds. Yeah, Jody's podium chances have been kind of shattered.
Thomas has a 9-second.
Thomas with 9. So yeah, that's gonna. I think that's gonna put.
Lil Plays is on podium right now.
That might sneak Thomas maybe out of the top 5. That could, maybe, it depends.
He's in 5th right now. He's just barely beating Yogg.
He could, but
timing wise.
M&H
but Lil Plays
will
snuck his way in.
We'll take the
Actually,
final lap.
he'll be 6th, 5th.
Yeah.
Sorry. But M&H just broke this second on Joshy. Joshy the tires.
Yogg still
not doing him justice.
Yogg obviously in the DRS range. This is now the last lap. One more time around for Albert Park for the Div 2 boys on opening weekend.
And what Thomas needs right here is little plays to get a penalty. I'm going to check quickly, but I don't think he has any. No, it's all night. Little plays actually has one warning as of early. So it's just a warning, and that's going to potentially bring Thomas back into it. But little
Yeah.
plays really starting to struggle. He's gone down to 7 seconds.
Yeah, he's lost out as you have a yellow
And
flag. Is that
it's Rennie.
Rennie?
And
Spun.
I think Karma hits him. So
He's gonna get
and that's
lapped too.
he's gonna get lapped by M&H. So a little bit of salt to the wound. As he doesn't get out of the way. Actually, he's swerving in front of M&H's face. But Luke Plays was losing time, is now catching up to Thomas because of the tire difference. Actually, that's a lie. Thomas should be pulling. It's 7 seconds now. Ultimately, to start season 5, the last time around you saw an Alpine win, you come back and Alpine is back on the podium. M&H
back
on his return
on the
debut.
top step of the podium. Great win for the Alpine boys. Waveband coming home in second place. Thomas in third, but where will that penalty stack him up? Little Plays, I don't know about that weaving. I don't know if you're going to probably lose some time. Little Plays gets that podium spot as Jody will snag a P6. Yog gets him on penalties. Guliaz will slot. Should be 8th, maybe that spot. He's got 12 seconds, but Stiggy could get a couple positions as well. Rennie crosses the checker flag as well. He was the only driver that was left in this Grand Prix, but Guliaz will finish P7 on track. I'm not sure where that's going to put him, plus post-race penalties. That's actually going to put him, they'll keep him P7. What about Stiggy's going to come across the line? He will actually get 7th from the 2 guys ahead of him with penalties, and Cabbage will cross the checker flag, and ZLM with 12 seconds worth of penalties. Not what the Racing Bulls wanted today. ZLM really just struggled and will come across the line in P11. But M&H coming back on debut with the dub for Alpine, just where you started last season as well. Congratulations to our podium sitters.
And that's a Mercedes on the podium. I mean,
the driver from Canada, very much having a great opportunity to be a title threat this season. Great racing between him and Joshi today, as those two were racing very clean, but Little Plays just snagged that P3 as well from post-race pens. So only driver I think as well with Yog.
And ZLM snags the fastest lap. We're looking all the way down to so many penalties, but it's been done. Yeah, you've got a Canadian on the top step in Div 2. I don't think it's been done before. I think he is our first Canadian on the top step for Division 2. M&H brings it home. Joshi P2. Little Play snags P3. Thomas P4 and Yog P5. So it's a 4-5.
Yeah, 4-5 for Haas. Great job
Haas
between those
team.
2 boys. That might,
amazing.
That could be taking them lead maybe in the constructors, maybe a little bit, or that might not
P.
100% sure.
They're looking about P2 or 3. They're there, but this is a strong turnaround for that team.
Very strong turnaround for those boys.
As we look for interviews.